What's up, warriors? Welcome to another Bitcoin price update. Today, I wanted to talk to you about this drop that we have and what is going on with the price right now. Now, if we can see around the 20th of January, we started getting some weakness, right? And we did drop, right? And we went as low as, as slow as around that 32,900 area, okay? Now, if we do go to the 4 hour and look back, as you can see, we're getting very close to that 30,000 to around that 29,000, area, right? So if we make a box here, we need to hold this line if we drop over here, okay? Because if we cannot hold this, unfortunately, we're going to continue going down, okay? And those next ones, they're around that 23,000 to 20,000 area. But for right now, we're doing great. We're holding strong around that 32,800 area. And we started getting this nice little pump. Now, if we look into this a little more closely here, as you can see, this is what we had to drop, right? And now we're starting to move back up, which is wonderful. Now, as you can see, this is the weekly, the monthly, and the yearly low for this month, okay? For this year. So for 2022, this is the yearly low and the monthly low, okay? Now, if we look into, if we can find a nice range here, you can start looking and saying, well, where can you find the range? Well, as you can see, there was a lot of confluence right here, right? And there's the top right there. And then you come down to around this section. This is the new range that we're in right now, okay? Before we can start moving forward to the next level, we need to break this range, okay? So we do need to make sure that we can be a little bit more cautious, because as soon as he lands around this area, we might get a rejection and then come back down to the weekly VWAP or even to the low of the range. Okay. Remember, once you find a range, what you want to do is trade the range until the range breaks. Okay. And right now, this is the new range. Okay. Until we either get an upside or a downside. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's also the year BWAP around the 41,183 area. But we cannot even think about getting there until we break this range. And then we have this other section here around the 38,900 that we have a lot of resistance that we need to break. Okay. And that is around the low, around 37,900 or so. And the top will be around the 39,151. Okay. So before we can even think about, moving to the 40,000 or so, we first need to break this area. And before that, we need to break this range here. Now, if we pull the fixed range level, you can say that you can start from either these two candles, right? If we pull from this candle to the drop, as you can see, this actually lines up perfectly with our range, right? The point of control is right here around that 35,179 area. And we do have this high node right here, which is the top of the range that I was talking about, which is around the 36,533. And then we have the value area high, which is around that 38,217. Remember, when we hit these levels, they are very respected. They are respected very well. So that means that by the time we hit it the first time, we might get a rejection from there. So if we do hit this value area high, the first time, most likely we're gonna come back down. It doesn't always happen that way, okay? But you have to be aware of these numbers, right? because let's say an example, we do come up and then we can get rejected. But another thing that can happen is we could come down, test here for a while, break out, then back test, and then move up from there. Okay, so that's another scenario that can happen. Now, right now, as you can see, we're having this beautiful pump, and we're gonna see if we can break the top of this range. Okay, but this is basically around the second time that we're testing it. So the first and second time are still super strong, so we might still get rejected from there. Now, here's the value, the point of control, okay, which is around the 35,179 with 13 cents or so. We did break this, today. So as you can see, we have this candle that is closing above it. So we need to stay above this so we can continue moving forward as well. If we cannot hold this and come back down, then the next level is going to be the weekly VWAP and then the low of the range, okay? And this is the value area low right here, which comes down to the yearly low and the monthly low as well, okay? So as you can see, right now we are in this range that we need to see what's going to happen. So make sure that you do get confirmation before you go long, okay? If you would have took a long from this low here, you would have been in amazing profits right now. But now that we're at the top of the range, I will caution you to please be careful, because you do not want to take a trade here and then get rejected and now you're a loss again, right? Just wait for confirmation, just make sure that you can see what's going on. And if we can do something like this where we can break through it, it might come up a little bit, we might back test, and then if we close above it and then keep moving forward, well, then the next target will be around this value area high, okay? If we cannot close above this range, of course, the next thing is we're going to come back down to the weekly VWAP, which is respected really well, and it's also the middle of the range, okay? So those are the levels right now. Just make sure to be very cautious, because we can still see some more downside. We might see 30,000 or so, but if we can start moving up from here and start breaking these levels, then we can have a higher chance of seeing the yearly VWAP, which is around the 41,000 area, okay? So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update here, just to see how the price is moving. Right now we're getting a beautiful pump. Let's see if we can continue it. Let's see if we can break this range and then break the value area high so we can move up to the 40,000 or so. For me personally, I don't mind waiting for a very strong confirmation before I can get into another trade. I don't like just getting in just because there's a little pump happening here and there. I like to get confirmation because I do like to protect my capital. Okay, so that's it for me today, warriors. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that if you're not a member, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. What do you think the price will be in the next few weeks or so? And remember, let the profits come to you.